the system really started to break down on your team and in your family. Your spouse needs to know where and when you are doing things so that they can schedule for you. And in essence, in 10 months, we were able to attract 100 agents, and that was equivalent to $5,000 a month. Now, when we invested that money, it took us $2 million to invest of the top players in the room. So Erin did $1 million panel. Everyone on this panel has made $1 million in a year selling real estate. One of the questions I get asked all the time is, how do I know that it's time to hire an assistant? Now, Erin and I always followed with revenue. We always got to a point where we were doing too many deals and our systems started to fall apart before we hired someone new. And this happened a few times when we started having children, because I was doing everything in operations. And once I got pregnant and once I became a mom, I wasn't able to do those anymore. The system really started to break down. And this is a great indicator that you need to hire ASAP. What you need to focus on when you do hire an assistant is you need to do a time audit. What does that mean? It means you need to write down what you're doing, all the tasks that you're doing and when, and that way you can see where the holes are. So what you want to start delegating are the things that are lower dollar activities, like emails, scheduling, research, sending gifts, posting on social media, things that are not high dollar activity. You should be finding new business instead of doing these things. And here's the wake up call is that the person you hire is probably going to do them way better, because admins actually follow rules better. You're going to give them a structure of exactly how you do it. You're going to film how you do it. And then if you hire the right person in the right seat, they're going to take that information and they're going to do it better. That is what we learned as we grew our business. So is the inbox and the calendar. That is something that you want to delegate right away. Some of you guys are not using calendars, and really is a game changer in your business, because everyone on your team and in your family, your spouse needs to know where and when you are doing things so that they can schedule for you, and also so they know when not to bother you. Your morning time is your money time. And if there's people bothering you during that time, they basically have a vacuum cleaner in your office and they're sucking all the money out. Be very wary of having people, especially your staff and family, interrupt you in the morning. So what time slots are for meetings? When are you at work and when are you at home? Little things like that. And in the book, Buy Back Your Time, there's a genius way to structure your email so that your staff can take over your inbox, but you still have a way to monitor it and to get to the emails that are most important and that you should be looking at, instead of taking hours filtering through all the garbage, because most of the emails that we receive are garbage. So how did Erin and I stop selling real estate? Erin and I sold real estate for around 18 years together. He was doing sales, I was doing the operations side, and we were a phenomenal team. We made a lot of money selling real estate, and over the years, we invested a lot of that money. Now, investing works. We were able to get residual income, passive income from our investments, but it took a long time and we had to make a lot of money to do it. Now, we were presented with the opportunity at EXP by one of Erin's coaching clients and dear friends, Jose Luis Morales. And it took Erin a while to even listen to him because his mind was completely closed off to the opportunity. But once he saw it, he couldn't unsee it. And he saw that there was an opportunity with RevShare to do what we did, investing, but much faster and with much less money. So in essence, in 10 months, we were able to attract 100 agents, and that was equivalent to $5,000 a month. Now, when we invested that money, it took us $2 million to invest to receive that $5,000 a month. So imagine our surprise when what took us 15 years to amass, we did in 10 months. And when we saw that, we were like, okay, we need to dive headfirst into this, but how do we let go of this business? We were selling 100, 150 homes a year for 10 years in a row. So how do we let go of that business? It's really scary when your identity is wrapped up in, I'm an agent who sells a lot of deals. This is who I am, and I coach on the side. So we got a coach, and Lars Hedenborg really, really helped Aaron, because I had been telling him for years. But of course, the coach comes in and he listens. So Lars had been coaching both of us and really got Aaron to see that it wasn't a big risk to let go of that real estate business, because the opportunity was so great. And B, Aaron reached a point where he wasn't really passionate about it anymore. He didn't really need to work those hours anymore. His family life really was taking a hit because of it. So he saw that, and he saw that there are agents out there who really need the money, who are really passionate about going on these listing appointments. And he saw it as a way to, that he was taking away from those agents when he was just going on these appointments because he had the skill. And instead, he could use his skill to coach agents and have a much bigger impact. So once he wrapped his head around that, immediately, like that, he stopped selling real estate. It wasn't like a gradual thing. It was like immediately, okay, I'm not going on any more listing appointments. We're just going to close out the pendings that we have, and that's it. And so we started focusing right away on doing events once a month. We've been doing these events for almost 3 years now, once a month. Never skip a month. You put on these events where you're adding value, which Aaron has all the knowledge to add the value. Invite agents, they see the model, and they join. Little by little, that's how we start, growing our organization. And then the main focus is, of course, to build leaders within the organization, because those leaders are going to build their own, and on and on and on. Yes, it was difficult to get over the initial hurdle of saying we're going to stop selling real estate. But once we did, and things started to amass, the first year that we did it, we took a little bit of a hit in pay, but it was like an investment. And I don't regret it at all, because now we have way more time freedom, way more location freedom. We can take longer vacations where we're not working on the vacation. Any of you agents work on vacation before? We did. Every time we took a vacation, we'd have to bring the laptop. And even if an agent was helping us here, it really was never hands off completely. Definitely joining EXP and switching the way that our business worked has made a world of an impact with our time and with our family. Now Aaron has way more time to be able to go to the kids' soccer and volleyball games, to be able to pick them up once in a while. Before I had everything on my plate. Now he can help me. We can go grocery shopping together. Like I said, take better vacations. So I would recommend it to anyone. Maybe you're not at the point where you can cut it off completely because of your financial situation, but there's no reason why you can't do 50 deals and attract 50 agents, or do 100 deals and attract 100 agents. It's just an added source of revenue. If you join us at Elite Builders, we can help you, because we are throwing the events and the webinars, and you can invite agents to them, and we can grow together. And that's the awesome thing, is that it's really a culture of collaboration where we all work together. We help each other. We have these amazing WhatsApp chats, and Aaron and I often look at each other and we're like, this organization is alive. People are answering each other's questions now and helping each other and throwing events together. And it's just really awesome, because we get to be a part of helping agents grow and make more money alongside with us, instead of us just being kind of like on an alone island, doing our own thing. I think one of the major takeaways from the Do More Deals Summit this year was just the humanizing of the top players in the room. So Aaron did $1 million panel. Everyone on this panel has made $1 million in a year selling real estate. And what was really cool about it was that he went down each person. Since he's known all of them for a long time, he kind of talked about what they struggled with. And it was cool to see that all of them struggle with the same things that an agent who does 1 or 2 deals struggles with. They struggle with imposter syndrome. They struggle with doing what their coach tells them to do. They struggle with getting on camera. They struggle with starting new niches like a probate or divorce, something like that. So they all have things that they struggle with, but the unifying factor is that eventually they listen to their coach and they take action, even though they're afraid. So a lot of agents, they want to start on social media, for example, and they just start ruminating about like, how do I start? How do I start? How do I start? You start by starting. That's it. The only way that I got started posting on social media was by posting pretty bad posts, trying to edit them myself and figuring it out and seeing, oh, this works, this doesn't work. This is the kind of content that I want to do. And other agents have told me when they started that it was really hard at the beginning because they were acting. They were trying to kind of read off a script and create this persona. But once they figured out that they could just be themselves and they didn't have to act, it became so much easier. They didn't have to film something 20 times before they posted it. I guarantee you when we first started posting, we filmed everything once. We weren't ever trying to make it perfect. And I think people can see that. I think people can see the authenticity and they can connect with you on that level. So the Do More Deal Summit was such a raving success. Everyone who came had nothing but good things to say about it. Their expectations were lower than what they received. So that's always good. We always try to underpromise and overdeliver. Agents got information on tax planning, that they got information on social media. They got information on investing. They got information on how to work with investors to do more deals. So I think I couldn't really have asked for a better event. I thought it was amazing. But I'd love to hear, if you went to the Do More Deal Summit, what was the number one takeaway you got? And if you didn't, what do you want to learn about next year? Because guess what? Right after the Do More Deal Summit ends, we start planning the one for next year. That's how much detail and care goes into our events. Because like we said, we want to add value always. We want to be leaders in this industry, and we want to be, I guess, letting agents know about things that you wouldn't hear anywhere else. A lot of these events are just kind of like rah-rah or positive mindset, and that just doesn't work. Like we're living in a new world right now, and the real estate industry is changing so quickly. And I think a lot of companies and a lot of coaches are kind of still doing the same things. So let us know down below what you want to learn or what you did learn from the Do More Deal Summit that you think is going to take your business to the next level.